Why, hello there, everybody, and welcome to a fine Wednesday evening, or whatever happens to be in your time zone. I'm sectoral leader Cody, and I'm Cody. Hello, everybody. Congrats on getting first, Omega. Congrats on getting second, Aqua. Third, to be claimed. And a big welcome to anybody who may have arrived here on a lurk. Today is day 1 of Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. It's not my first time playing through this. Technically, it's my second time because Stormblood is one of those ones that I don't find myself coming back to as often. Don't get me mistaken, some really good things happen, and it's way better. I shouldn't be comparing anything to Post the Realm Reborn, because that is the most difficult content to deal with, because it has stuff that you need to know lore-wise for some of the future stuff to make sense, but at the same time, there's still a bunch of extra crud that they kept in that you're still dragged through. I just like the fact that they were like, oh yeah, we streamlined the content in Post A Realm Reborn, and then they made an entire Alliance Raid series mandatory. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So nobody's saving any time, and the people who are used to soloing through a lot of things suddenly get thrown into having to play with 23 other randos. Interesting. Not what I would call a very smart approach, but I think I've complained about Post A Realm Reborn plenty of times. We're not in Post A Realm Reborn. We're going to be entering Stormblood. But before we do that, we got some weather to talk about. Honestly, most of the fun with the thunderstorms and all that has already come to pass, so might not have much thunderstorm-wise to talk about. Cake, welcome on in. Claiming third. Also, we did have some check-ins, and the Firebot did decide to actually work. Aqua at 67 sessions with 98.5%. Very good percentage and a pretty darn high number of attendance, that's for sure. We got Omega, 68 sessions at 100%, still maintaining the highest value you can get. And Cake also coming in with 61 sessions, 93.8%. These are all very difficult to maintain percentages. Welcome on in. My voice only sounds a little weird because, well, I'm mostly recovered from this illness. So, let's hope I can pull off some decent voices. Might still get some voice cracks here or there, or, I mean, honestly, there might be the occasional voice where it's hard to tell whether I'm intentionally overacting on it, or, if it's actually the illness. We'll have to figure that one out. We'll figure it out as we go. My capability of trying to voice act females is, in particular, very troubled right now by this illness. Before, I'd like to think that I was at least, I don't know, maybe like halfway there. But this illness has definitely made a quarter of the way there difficult to achieve, so. Yeah, we'll see how it all works out. It's time for us to get started on some Final Fantasy XIV. I'm just going to make sure we're logged in. And let's hope that the DDoS attacks are not in progress right now. Square, seriously, kick your current ISP to the curb. They've had one DDoS attack a day. Clearly, Clearly, the ISP doesn't give a shit about actually mitigating these properly. It's been continuously happening, and they're doing nothing. I'm sorry, but an ISP doesn't deserve the hefty pay that Square's probably forking over to them if they are incapable of properly, like, blocking these annoying DDoS attacks. That's not the world I'm looking for. Why are we defaulting to this world? When was I ever that Calista? Okay, no, there's no DDoS attack in it. Okay, we're good. Oh, also, I gotta press the button. Is it gonna activate the game audio? No? Apparently Firebot has completely forgotten how to unmute the game audio. Okay. I think we are good to go. So we were playing Summoner? Like, why the heck are you asking, Cody? Well, because I've been playing as my main character outside of this, not my the Halkinesis one. All right. Summon Carbuncle. We've been trying to see how long we can keep this umbrella. That is why we still have it. Well, I think we're ready to go. We're even at a nice level right now. Level 69 Summoner. What can you summon as a level 69 Summoner? Krista, do not answer that. Beyond the Great Wall. When you see this in your main scenario quests, this is the start of Stormblood. It may have been hinted earlier. We're probably going to have to deal with the Empire again. Because you might remark, during much of Heavensward, we didn't really bother with the Empire at all. Up until towards the end. Alphonid is a man with a great deal on his mind.
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal?
It vanished.
I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino,
Who's
a
green?
message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
Why does Tedra's voice throw me off every time in Stormblood?
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
I'm gonna set my VTuber
expected.
to light.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lys's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of
What?
course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
Hold on. Why is my character so far away? My character looks so far away. Move
As for
avatar.
who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
As if you have to ask. The
Thanks.
sectoral leader doesn't
It
have
means a
that
lot knowing you'll be
much
there.
else, anywho.
I
Not
too shall
much else
accompany
going
you.
on in this world.
Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
I'm not a healer.
Good
Anyways.
point. Allow me to offer my services as well.
I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
See, now you know that we are you'll go to Stormblood. Hello, I still have my egg umbrella.
Ready, my friend?
It's voice active for now, but let's not rely on that.
Well then. Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Anybody who doesn't want to, to leave this place standing, will probably wind up groveling at Tataru's feet.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Gyr Abania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamigan Resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead.
We got
You
ads.
and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since
Don't
first you
forget
set
me.
foot on these shores. Revenant's Toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them.
Don't forget me!
The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. That all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate, together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
When this is all over, that's gonna be a while because we've just started venturing to a new land. Or should I say we haven't even started that. We'll eventually do that. We're talking about going to a new land. We're waiting. We're waiting. The ads did wait until fade out, by the way, so I can't even complain that much about it. Given the circumstances, I think this is some of the best timing that the ads could have chosen. So, at 1850, 7th of January 2026 Mountain Time, we've got a personal weather station report. Minus 3.7, 25.3 Fahrenheit. You might notice that is quite a bit better than last time we were streaming when it was minus 17. Dew point minus 7.9, 17.8 Fahrenheit. Winds are currently at 3, gusting 6. 2 gusting 4 miles per hour. There's no feels like. It's warm enough that this slight wind here is not really altering the feels like. Notably warmer. Notably warmer around here. Now, we still got about an hour and 30 minutes until the ads are out of the way for the next hour-ish. Not quite an hour. But until then, let's take a look at what to look forward to this week. So I did publish the schedule on Sunday. A little late on Sunday, a little later than I usually do. But I did get it published. Oh, tomorrow. Well, first of all, the calendar for some stupid reason says 12:30, which is bullshit. I'm not streaming at 12:30. Let me just fix that. Second of all, tomorrow's stream is only going to be a couple hours. Here's the thing. We have a certain special birthday of a community that I'm frequently involved with. And I would like to be around to celebrate that stuff. I also heard rumors that there might be a Dixper in that certain place tomorrow as well, which is all the more reason. Tomorrow's still going to be Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, but it's going to be brief. It's going to be like a hour and a half of it, and then I'll be sending... well, you guys have a rough idea of where I'm going to be going based off of that. I want to be able to go and celebrate over there. I want to celebrate this fun occasion. So, yeah. That'll be happening then. Why are all of the main event calendar things incorrect now? I swear I made a change to one of these and it decided to apply to all for some stupid reason. Don't know why. Oh, even this is incorrect. Even today's event is incorrect. That goes until 9. I'm gonna have to fix all of that. Which is great, because I recall fixing all of it at an earlier time. So, yay. Yeah, well, anyway. And there's an event on the day that I am not present. Alright, well. I fixed what I can this week. So, little bit of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 tomorrow. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker continues on Friday evening. Fridays and Saturdays are still going to be like 5-hour streams. And weekday streams, Wednesday, Thursday, are going to be roughly 3 hours, except for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be less than 2 hours. I know this will create concern with whether we're going to have enough time for Stormblood stuff or not. However, if I am not mistaken, I actually run out of stuff for Thursdays in March. In some of March here. So, I think some of the Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood stuff will just get... It'll be like Wednesday and Thursday. So, there you go. Give us a little time balance. What the heck? I have something on Friday, March 6th onward says it doesn't have anything. That is a lie. That is a lie. Oh. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, anyway. Here we go. There's no voice acting on this. Why did it say disable auto advance? There is no auto advance for, Anyway, alright, here we go. 1,000 moms apart, yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavors are met with success. Shall we then? Wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, could you come with me? Me? What now? Alright, then, if you insist. Remember, don't sass Totoro. Ready. What do you think? As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose. An outfit tailor-made to the needs of a skilled fighter like Lise. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this. And I may have to stop introducing you as a science receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tataru. Thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. I'm glad you liked it. And with that, I'll delay you no longer. Safe travels. Then onward to Girbania. Our first stop will be at Amaris Spire in the East Shroud. In the East Shroud, huh? Off we go to the East Shroud. Dark Hemlock, welcome on in. Good to see you. I hope you're having a lovely time zone. Oh, somebody forgot about the achievement menu stuff. Or didn't know. It might actually be new to the game. So we gotta go to the East Shroud. Let's do that manually. No reason in particular, right? Nah. I don't know why, but I have this temptation to just use my main character from this point onwards. But then we wouldn't be playing in Halicarnassus now, would we? I mean, technically we could. I could world travel. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Trash bots. So, Square, when are you gonna put a death plane that kills everything that exists underneath the map? Just put the death plane there. Anything that goes past it, dead. Including those stupid bots. Prevent the junk from being down there. Hope you're having a lovely time zone. Oh, going east is actually more annoying than I remember. I have to go down the central. I could go through the city, but I mean, what if I don't like the city? What if I don't like big cities? Level 42. Ah, yes. Level 29, Princess Toadstool. Oh, sorry, non-Princess Toadstool. Hey, if we got anybody just started... Hold on. This is a great opportunity. We're probably not going to be back in this low-level area for a while. Do you have anybody just starting out in the game? That Eternal Cabbage person could be. It can be rather refreshing seeing new people coming out and like figuring out this game for the first time. 'Cause here's the thing. Once we're in Gearbania, we're gonna be out of this. We're gonna be out of the new player zone for a while. Ah, yes, I love having giant tree in my way. Okay, so they're new individual. Leveling up all steadily. They know what they're doing. See how much damage you're doing? Wait. Oh, you're level 20. Of course you're gonna easily knock them out. Must be getting, must have picked up a new job or something. You too can feel free to join in as well. If you're joining in Carnassus, is currently windy. Actually, I think this wind is just because I'm at a high elevation. And very rainy. It's a flying sound, that's what it is. I'm barely moving at all and I'm making the sound reset. Level 40. Oh, good. So, my advice for this fate, ignore it. Who gives a shit? It sucks. It is considered a higher difficulty boss fate. So, boss fates, most of them you can just solo. If it's a fate that starts with more than 30 minutes, it is a higher difficulty boss fate. This one, nobody likes. The only real thing that's in it for you, if you beat this, is that you get an achievement. So I guess it is great for one time, and then you ignore it, and it doesn't exist. If you're a healer, though, you could probably solo that. But anyway, I don't care about that fate either. So, we're going to speak to Alpunin. All are present and accounted for. When you are ready, my friend, inform the officer that we wish to proceed into Gearbania. I would like to proceed into Gearbania. Ah, servants, scions of the seventh dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall? Yes, let's go into Castrum Onion. Woo! We're crossing the threshold. Wow.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Gearbania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. but one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
Not just blood, Stormblood. Oh my goodness. Ah. Welcome to brand new map. It's time for us to attune. So, while you can join in Final Fantasy XIV anytime, I recommend free trial, but if you happen to already have a full subscription, then join in whenever. However, in order to access the map that I'm in, you have to be at the beginning of Stormblood or later. Ah, a chocobo keep. There we go. First visit bonus. No. Rub on. Oh shit, I have to do his voice immediately. Greetings, Scion. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castrum Onion. Thank you, General. We're relieved to hear that your forces secured the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None, save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols. We barely had any contact with them. But we all know it's only a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Bowser's wall weren't enough. Ilberd summoned a primal right on their doorstep, and Garlemald is not the like to let such shows of defiance go unanswered. It was a declaration of war, even if it was not Ilberd's to make. And now we are bound by it, for weal and for woe. The Scions stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegan people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. Then I'll leave you to it. Godspeed. Ha! Of all the Castra in the world, you walk in the mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? The certain Nalagan weapon and draconic primal, Omega and Shinryu. I think the shinobi call it. Anyway, we've been studying their trail of destruction, hoping that it might lead us somewhere. Which it has singularly failed to do so. And 'tis like Omega fell to the earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands.
Think that's clever, do you?
Oh my gosh. Lucky, welcome on in. Good to see you. Thanks for the clever. Hope you're having a lovely time zone. We are just getting started on Stormblood. Even so, It bears repeating that we engage the stasis systems. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them. Assuming, we should hurry up and find it regardless. Going okay? Ah, it snowed a little. Sounds like a lot of people have been getting snow. Well, heck, even people across the pond have been getting snow, apparently. No snow so far over here, just a lot of snow on the ground from earlier. And apparently we have way better shoveling than a big city has, so I guess we shouldn't be totally surprised. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press on into Garabania, we need their blessing. Then I left him barely shoveled. Sheesh. Had to climb over 10 feet of snow just to get to school, both ways. Sheesh. I don't get these jurisdictions nowadays. I swear they've forgotten what shoveling is. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. Jeez. Still only 200,000 experience points. Pretty funny. As you probably heard, there are plenty of factions in the Resistance. So I'm taking us to see the one with the most influence. Their headquarters are located in a place called Balliger's Reach, an old temple to the east of here, across the Belodinia River. I learned the route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me and we shall be there before you know it. I know it. It's Sectoral Captain Jin's favorite creature, a griffon. Anyways. By the way, new map. Guess what that means? It means we can't fly. We're gonna have to start finding ether currents here. And I don't remember where they are because it has been a decade since I last looked for ether currents here. Apparently there is one directly to the south. There is also two possible A-rank spawns roughly in this area too. Oh my goodness, Lucky. Thank you so much for the celebration. I know others can see it and I can't see it, but that's because Twitch doesn't make anything work in Stream Manager. Stream Manager itself barely works. No flying. So Tush flying. Oh, jeez. Tush could have collected all the ether currents for all we know. Hold on, is this near enough? I'm already past the story point, so I don't want to go for it if It's too far out of the way. Watch out for the mountain grizzly. Oh, I see the ether current now. There's mountain grizzlies here. I almost said glizzy. Mountain glizzy, yes. I'm not sure if there's mountain goats here. I know there's some regions, some areas where the mountain goats are a thing. I'm not sure if they're found here. Oh, here we go. Stay with me. Good. From here, we'll head northeast towards the river. The water's not too deep, so we won't have to swim. We got some in my state that lick the salt. Moose are the problems we have here with creatures that like to lick salt. And of course, we are told do not let them, because sort of dangerous to have them near our vehicles. Hey, look, it's a bird. Bad. It's a B rank bird. Moose get kind of big. Moose are gigantic. Yeah, they're like mobile towers. I haven't had a moose in our yard, but don't have to drive very far. Or didn't, I should say, have to drive very far. I don't see any soldiers. Good, let's cross. You're wondering about the tower to the south. It's part of Castrum Bellodina Blade. That's what the Imperials decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you could see the rotten banner from absolutely miles away. They never miss a chance to rub our nose in it, do they? Come on, we should keep moving. We'll harass them later. And I will change my title back to Imperial Nuisance. The biggest Imperial nuisance. Sarcosus. Sarcosus. I'm almost a high enough level for all these fellas to completely ignore me. But yeah, you're just starting out in this area, so all the enemies will be about level 60. Nearly all of them will be hostile, except for sprites. Sprites are usually not hostile. Oh, and B ranks are also not hostile. But B ranks are also always level 70, so... Hey, look! An ether current. Right in the middle of nowhere. Ether currents in, non-current expansions are actually very easy to find. They're usually pretty close to story. You'll stumble across them sooner or later. By the way, I think it took until Shadowbringers for them to finally change the ether currents so that they were significantly easier to get. There we go. Hello, everyone. Would you like to see a behemoth up close? No? Okay. We're here. On the other side of this pass is Ralliger's Reach. So you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there's some sort of trick to this. Indeed, a glamour. G'day, Y'shtola. I take it they have a talented mage in their ranks. Or mayhap an artificer, trained in the modification of glamour prisms. Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Oh, before we go in, I don't know if Taru told you, but my friend, Nago, the messenger who came to the Rise of the Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us, and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way, and, don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. Shiny. And with the sprinkle of Damascus dust, all is laid bare. Here. Ah. Enter Ralliger's Reach. Thanks for the meteor. It went flying right past me. I still have the umbrella. Hoist? No?
I remember the old stories. How the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow.
Eee!
Ralger's Reach. A holy place, and a fitting home for the Resistance. For the brave and the true. The loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo.
I just find a meteor that's 30 pounds of diamonds. Oh gosh.
They were waiting for us there. Men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost. For what could be ours again.
Yee. They're probably all old fellas. One of them. Or two of them. Mango! Sorry, I always call her Mango for some reason. It's Nyago, but Mango. You ought to forgive us our precautions, but we couldn't be sure who had crossed the barrier. You see it now for who you are, though. The scions of the Seventh Dawn. Greetings, Scions of the Seventh Garden. Oh, I know. You would not have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss. I'm eager to hear what it is you have to say. Let's not do this on our doorstep, eh? Come with me. Rooms are for talking, am I correct? This is not a room. We got some places to attune to. We got multiple places. Isn't it funny how early, by the way? So this is the Stormblood. This is where you exchange post Stormblood currency and all that stuff. It's here. This place. You unlock this place like right away. It's not available yet, but there's a whole bunch of exchange stuff right over here. Good to attune to some places so we can teleport around. And this is considered a town? A settlement, but it's small enough that your mounts are still allowed. See, this is another reason why big cities suck. Mounts aren't allowed in big cities. Well, the excuse they use for chocobos is they're too intimidated by big cities. You know what? I understand. There is a griffin waiting for service at lane 1. The griffin of service. Oh, there we go. Now we can access the fringes. Now we can access the fringes gate. Mango! Anyways, so every time. This is actually where you do custom deliveries with Mango. Nice lighting.
Allow me to welcome you once more to Ralga's Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades.
That's right, they're all called
Alphino. Here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalimo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalimo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Monago told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by Rolger, it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir. To see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that.
And then they talked.
So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Camp. Take all the time you require.
And then they talk. So yeah, you'll notice it says 100,000 and then we got 200,000, which is still pretty tiny amount compared to our experience bar. But keep in mind, we're also like level 69 right now, which is nice. The heck else was I just gonna... I don't know. Oh my goodness, it's Udon. Alphaden still sending his alliance off to war. Yep. Alphaden things. Welcome on in, Udon. Good to see you. Hope you having a lovely time zone. It is great to be back at Final Fantasy XIV again. I'm still not sure whether I want to be back with Hal Carnassus or if I should just use my main character in New Game Plus mode. The only catch with using my character in New Game Plus mode, my main character is part of a free company that's not open to anybody to join. Whereas this character is part of their own free company. Therefore, I can actually have people join freely. Mind you, the other free company, for a free company that's just run by our circle of friends, I gotta say, we've sure have one heck of a decent sized company. We don't even have that many people, and we're... Well, I guess we could say we are officially a medium-sized guild. We have medium property. And if we worked hard enough with our funds and stuff, technically we could get a large property. If one could ever get past that horrible to use housing lottery system. I'm still not sure about getting a house for this free company either. We're not active enough. Especially when we're not Final Fantasy XIV and very much on stream. Alright, Alphabet has more stuff to say. Imperial Nuisance. That's the title I want to put on before I go and bother the Imperials next. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, so... this doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem right at all. I think I know where I need to visit to fix that. How am I doing for end currency? Oh, well, I don't have much for end currency. Okay. Who cares then? Maybe I will just New Game Plus with my other character. Not this time. Not during this stream. Maybe I'll have to fix it at some other point. So, it would seem we find ourselves with a surfeit of free time. Forgive me. You are free to look around Ralliger's Reach. And in fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. And I believe we'll do just that. They must talk. Let us make the most of this opportunity and resist the resistance capabilities. Assess. Free to poke our noses wherever we will, eh? I like the sounds of that. Well, I already know this place inside out. I can show you around if you'd like, Cody. I've already attuned to everything. I sort of started touring before we got to this cutscene. Great, let's get started. Ads are already 8 minutes away? That's ridiculous. Here's a Final Fantasy XIV tendencies for time to go flying. How dare you kick me off of this? There we go. Hello, wow, I wanted to jump. I wanted to actually jump. Come on. Let's do this again. Hello, I'm Umbrella. I bet you think the resistance is mostly made out of Alabegan Highlanders like me. But the truth is, we don't even account for half. We've got Hellsguard from all the way up by the spine in here. And plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nago. There's even some beastmen. Well, beast women, I suppose. Wow, Lise, that's outdated terms. We don't call them beasts anymore. We call them, societies. Sorry, but when we changed it to, what the hell is the current terminology that's used for it again? I remember they changed it once. Oh yeah, there we go. Tribals, or just tribes. They kept it simple. And then they decided to name it Allied Societies. Why they decided to do that, I still don't know. And I think they wasted a whole bunch of development time renaming the terminology for that twice. when they could have just called them tribes. Oh, but what if we decide to make the next group seagulls? A tribe of seagulls sounds ridiculous. Why can't we use a universal term? It doesn't sound ridiculous and long to say. Anyway, Lisa's using the old terminology that's like the old terminology that's not used anymore. Seems to be swimming, I suppose. Like the one over there. She's an Anata. They've been with us for a while now. Krista actually likes the Anata. Surely the fact that you learn the charm demote from them is not in the slightest part of why Krista might be a big fan of them. Well, one of the smaller factions has. The rest won't do anything with us. Or won't have anything to do with us. We're no different from the Garleans to them. That was a hat. As soon as I said hat, it started scurrying away faster. They keep to themselves, spending all their time crafting. And how to make the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They use magics to twist metals and crystals to the shapes you won't believe. It's a pity people hardly get to see their work. But then most don't know they exist. That's enough about them anyway. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Raliger, shall we? The old statue? The statue of an old person? Wait. Oh, there's no shortcut in there. I keep forgetting that you can run and use the mount. I'm so used to stopping myself before using the mount. There, and I could chocobo porter here. Anyway. Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The breaker of worlds who guided our ancestors to these lands all these centuries ago. Tina used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. At the end of the 5th astral era, when the waters rose higher and higher, people all across Eorzea besieged it, the heavens for a sign. And lo, a burning star appeared across the eastern sky and led the way to these mountains of Gurabania. They were saved by his grace, pledged honor to revere him, to devote themselves to great works without and within. A storm of blood approaches fast. Hell's open heavens weep, for no one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. The last part was inscribed on the stone by a monk, the first of Raliger. He had explained it to me. A day will come bringing strife and sorrow that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us. But if it is, I have to believe everything we've been through, everything that has led us to this point, will see us through in the end. Sorry, that was all a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. A cutscene that we will trigger later, because we got ads about to bother us. Ah, look at that. It's our fellow materia people. Hello, fellow Chocobo. It's Chocobo saying hey. Hey. There it goes. Other fellow Chocobo. Ads are starting soon, trademark, once you see the weather report. That'll probably be a good indicator of the ad starting. Oh, there we go. I was just talking about it. Alright, so we got air temperature currently minus 3.0, or 26.6 Fahrenheit. 8.1 Celsius. 17.4 Fahrenheit. Winds are 2 gusting 5 kilometers an hour. 1 gusting 3 miles per hour. Winds are even less. It just mirrored it. It just warmed up a little where my station is. By this weekend, we're supposed to be several degrees above zero. It's gonna be a nice, refreshing weekend, really. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy this Saturday. We're streaming, of course. And we're going to be playing some... well, not only are we playing some Outbreak, but we're going to be playing some nukes as well this weekend here. That's what's all lined up on Saturday. Can we jump on fire? No? Fire has barrier over it? Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? Hey look, a Splendor's vendor. I am known to the house. The dog house. Alright, we got 48 more seconds left, so I'm gonna do some running and jumping. Oh yeah, there's one of the Anita right there. There's two of you, Nina, right there. And the ads are gone. Good. All right, let's go. Let's go say. Let's go for the infirmary. This is the infirmary. As you can probably tell, here's where the resistance healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. Yes. We don't have any healers around here, or I'm sure they would have been able to purge my illness much earlier. Why did my tracking just randomly stop? There we go. What is tracking? No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties are still inevitable. It's a sad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost, as Conrad would say. Oh my goodness, Krista really would be a multi-class. There probably would be circumstances where she goes out and be's like this cute battle girl of sorts. But also, she's definitely a healer at heart. And she loves healing by hugging people, so... No wonder why she had such an easy time learning healing, the first healing spell in D&D. It requires contact. Crystal will heal you alright. Crystal will contact you alright. Big squish hug. Get healed. If you need a healer, then you might need a Krista. We should go. I'll show you the Aetheryte Plaza next. Ah, yes, I'm familiar with it. Excuse me, Behemoth coming through. When you've seen one Aetheryte, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dating back to decades. Where the Fist of Raliger was still here. When? It may look a little different, but it works just as well as any other. And I'll show you where the Assaulters are next. The Suitlers are next. But don't forget to attune to the Aetheryte before we go. Ah, yes, the suitors, Alisaie and Alphanud. Arms, armor, potions, you name it. These folks have got it. Do they have lamp oil, rope, and bombs? Anyways. The Resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything, or you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Oh, Alpha and Alisaie are here. Why don't we see how they're getting on? Best buddies? come to take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants. Okay. They're a bold lot, and that much is plain. If the Imperials found out they were peddling their wares of resistance, they'd be lucky to escape with their lives. It's a gamble, aye. And I admire their courage. But their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. We finished discussing your proposal, and we are ready to receive you all back at the tent. And I've sent someone to fetch Y'shtola and Cryo. So if you'd like to follow me... Okay, Mango. Mango's cool. Voiced? I haven't even heard Mango's voice yet.
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus.
I don't remember Mango's voice.
I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the Resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions. Simply put, I can only speak for the people of Rolga's Reach. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree, but it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Much obliged. But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
New, less stormy blood.
Y'shtola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind for you lot. Monargo and Mefrid will tell you more.
Understood. We won't let you down.
Technically, I'm not on the table. Right? Alice, I'm not on the table, right? I'm clearly not on the table. Right then. Monargo and Melfred are to be our keepers. Knowing not of what they require, one task is as good as the other. Make your choice, Cody. Now, imagine not knowing these characters much at all and just going off of, which person do we want to chill with? We can now ether compass. Oh boy. We are already able to ether compass, by the way. That we're basically being told something that we've already been able to do. Ah, coat that is very slightly better. Now you could double do it. Oh, yes. Look, I might have a bit of a bias, but how about we just chose mango? Also, Monago is ranged physical, and I'm ranged magical, so we'd be like, well, you know, I think we'd be on any enemies pretty early. A friend of a friend in need. Ah, yes. A friend of a friend, yes. This is a friend of a friend. Of a friend of a friend, yes.
Hello.
I jumped very slightly. Just here to say hello before I lurk. Got a very upsetting text kind of just existed. No worries, understandable enough anything. Appreciate you swinging on by. Appreciate you checking on in for the 21st time, maintaining a super high attendance rate. Just here to say tush before I tush. Good for you, sectoral captain. You have fun with tush then. What's new with the sectoral captain? Tush. Yes. Imagine my surprise when the sectoral captain says push. My goodness. My goodness. Let me make sure I just put all of those names up, and then I'll just put them all into like this list, and it'll be like, ah, yes, all of these accounts that were created yesterday post and bot crap. Hey, one of these days, Twitch is gonna get proactive with that stuff and start like automatically nuking these accounts when they send that shit to more than 5 channels. You know, they send it to more than 5 channels. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Scions again for patching me up after I bled all over your floor. I owe you my life, and I won't forget it. Don't you worry, Mango. We don't want no Mango bleeding that bad. Which do something about bots crazy concept. I mean, the bot accounts get nuked super fast when you report them. Which probably has something to do with Twitch feeding reports of bots to their AI, and then their AI is like, yep, that's a typical bot message, and then they just nuke the account just like that. I don't think an actual person does the enforcement actions at this point. There's just such a large number of these stupid bot accounts that yeah, Twitch would easily not have enough people to take care of that stuff manually. It'd be great if Final Fantasy XIV team put more effort to get rid of stupid bots that keep constantly spawning in this game. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! We've got a raid coming in. We've got a raid from Pixie. We got a Pixie party here. Oh my goodness! Welcome on in, Pixie. Welcome on in, Raiders. Good to see all of you. I hope you had a fantastic time playing some DBD. Jay Whitester, welcome on in. Good to see you. I hope the killers treated you well. Hopefully you didn't get too many quitter killers, or killer quitter. Hopefully you didn't have too many quitter killers. There we go. We'll just call them that. Oh my goodness, I hope things were absolutely fantastic over there. Anybody less than familiar? I'm sectoral leader Cody. I like playing my RPGs, like what we're playing right now. This is the one MMO that I play, Final Fantasy XIV. There we go. Say night. Oh, no worries at all. No worries at all. Oh, to Eric. I wish my brain could auto-correct and auto-translate as well as others that I know. Because my goodness, it'd be so... I think that's a really cool ability to have. But yeah, RPGs, that's one of the big things that I like playing. I like playing my Mario, my Kirby games as well. I'd like to play Metro Prime 4 at some point too, but Metro Prime 4 is $100. I'm talking about the Switch 2 edition automatically, of course, because I heard the load-in times for Metroid Prime for the Switch are horrendous. Just like some, good load-in times when it comes to playing that stuff. Also, I'm a huge fan of the weather, and you'll see that every single time there's an ad break, you will see a report from my weather instruments. Because I do have a personal weather station, operates on a remote site. How's stream been? Oh my goodness, it is... Stream has been pretty good so far. We've made it a decent way into Stormblood, and we're about to proceed a little further here. We're going with Mango because we helped Mango earlier, and I call her Mango every time, but it's actually Monago, which sounds close enough to Monado that I lock on to the word Monado. So now you know I like the Xenoblade Chronicles series, the main series. I'm not a big fan of Xenoblade Chronicles X, but I am a fan of 1 through 3. All 3 of those Xenoblade Chronicles games are amazing. Potato, potato, exactly. So yeah, I just call him Mango. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, that means that their buddy gets shafted because we didn't really meet them before, and their name just doesn't pop out as much to me as Monago. Oh yeah, sit back and relax, everybody. There's probably gonna be a voice acting, or I'm gonna try to fill in for the voices the majority of these scenes. Only certain cutscenes are voiced. If anybody else hasn't hydrated in a while, I highly recommend it. I'm just going to give the hydrate thing a quick update because it's water again. So I'll just say the streamer had better hydrate. There, I don't have to specify what it is. It's not tea this time because I'm not under the weather this time. And also having tea towards the end of the stream when it's close to when I should be resting. Probably not a good idea. Oh my goodness. Welcome on in, sit back and enjoy. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. It's all well and good, me claiming my duties here can't wait, but a pardon thank you was the very least you deserved. My apologies. You're all good, Mango. And thank you. Now, to business. Commander Kemp's entrusted me with a formal reply to be hand-delivered to Alliance leadership. It covers everything we discussed, as well as detailing the decomposition of our forces. Have to go back to after-stream stuff? We'll be back. No worries at all, Pixie. You do that post-stream care, all that good stuff. And anybody else, if you haven't done self-care in a while, highly recommend doing so. The food, the rest if you need it. The hydration's always important. Meanwhile, I will be voicing through a lot of these cutscenes here. What I need is an escort. 1 or 2 minute most. We can make it to the wall swiftly without attracting undue attention. Very well. I shall join you in this. General Alden commands his forces at Castrum Onion. It should be simple to see it into his hands. Great! That's just what I wanted to hear. When you're ready to depart, meet me at the pass leading out of the reach. Okay. Mango has the escorts. Wait a minute. Oh. Hold on. I think I do have to do both of them. Otherwise, one of the options would have disappeared. Mefrid. I don't know Mango or Mefrid's voices at all because they haven't voiced yet. At the risk of repeating myself, it's still hard for me to believe that we'd meet here again, of all places. Though I reckon you'd probably don't remember me after all this time, eh? I recognize you. Of course I remember you. From much longer ago. I'm impressed. Given everything you went on to accomplish, you'd be forgiven for forgetting all about your time at the quarry mill. Suffice to say, we didn't forget about you either, nor the lives you saved. As for me, I went to Little Amigo while Galleon was still recovering. Gunderbold was my former commander and an old friend, and I had a lot on my mind. In the end, I decided to disband our unit. I told the men to live their lives as they saw fit. Some chose to remain in Little Amigo, and others went to Ulda for work. But as you see, I chose to come back to Girabernia and join Conrad and the others. I've kept busy since then, ferrying people and provisions across the border and back. That's not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. Today, however, we'll be heading east into the peaks. Conrad thinks we might have luck finding new recruits in the village of Ganha. Alagauha? If you're going there, you're taking me with you. Ah, that's right. You're from Ganha, aren't you, Lise? By all means, we'd welcome the company. There'll be more to it than just asking around. We can talk about it on the way. Make your preparations and meet me by the tunnel to the peaks. Time to go and unlock 2 different maps. That is essentially what these quests are. So we got the peaks, we got the fringes. Sure. But don't I'm eager to chill with Mango. I'm eager to chill with Mango as well. Mango's pretty cool. This tunnel will take us all the way to the peaks. We're on a mission for Conrad Al Ganha. Clear the barricade, if you would. Aye, sir. Couldn't take more than a moment. There are more villages than out here. But also more Imperials keeping a close eye on things. We'll need to tread carefully. And if the Imperials get in the way, I'll put on my title of Imperial Nuisance and smack them. Oh, you look at that.
I remember the peaks of Girabania. Silent watchmen that would stand long after we were gone.
Watchmen.
We came seeking allies to join us in the fight against the Empire. People who had had enough. People who had suffered every possible indignity. Who had been treated like animals, day after day after day.
For those of you just joining in, Ralliger's reach is protected by illusions, so others can't turn around and be like, oh, there's a giant cave there. Nope. All they see is a giant cliff face. We have a glamour in place here too, as you may have noticed. So far as the Imperials are concerned, this is not more than a testament to the savage impulses of a lesser race. Remember though, once we leave these ruins, we'll have no glamour to conceal us. The village is to the east. Keep watch for patrols as we move. It's a hornbill. They're birds, but they're rude birds. They don't get the same respect. I don't respect rude birds as much as I do birds. Also, while we're out here, you'll want to look for ether currents while you're at it. And once you've progressed a little, you'll want to look for side quests that also offer ether currents. This goes for Heaven Sword, this goes for Stormblood, this goes for Shadowbringers, Endwalker, and it goes for Dawn Trial too, except since Dawn Trial's the newest expansion, there's way more ether currents. Nary an Imperial in sight. That's a mercy. Alaganha, due east, past the bridge. Follow me, it's not much further. Past these psychedelic butterflies. They're called Fluterini. 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 That's exactly what they were thinking when they named those. What's behind here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Wait, hold up. There we go. Hoist? Nope. You can rest easy. We made it. This is Alaganha. It feels strange coming home like this. I always imagined it would be. Oh, sorry. That has nothing to do with why we're here. We need recruits. Aye, we do. But as I said back in the Reach, it's a little more complicated than just asking for volunteers these days. As you know, we're short-handed because of how many people were just taken in by the Griffin's promises and went over to the wall, never to return. It wasn't just them, though. Folks from all over, including some of my former comrades, answered his call to arms. As for why we came to this particular village, it is rumored that Alaganha lost a few youths as well. If there's truth to that, then there's could be others sympathetic to the cause. Then again, after the Griffin's betrayal, they may be suspicious of outsiders claiming allegiance to the Resistance, and rightfully so. So with all that in mind, how are we supposed to convince them to join? I mean, I know it wouldn't be as simple as giving a speech in the village square. Not if you didn't want the place to be burned to the ground, no. You might as well piss in the Viceroy's eye. You'll need to be a good deal more circumspect than that. You never know when an Imperial spy is listening. We must speak with the Elder first. I know for a fact that he can be trusted. We'll listen to what he has to say and decide what to do after. Sounds like a plan. Let's hope that there are some brave men and women here willing to fight. That there are still some. Okay. Alrighty. It's a time for us to, speak to... Speak to Methrid. These are all terrible things. Ragnfrid, the village elder, is over by the shore. No time like the present. Let's have a word. Ah, yes. Speak to somebody I don't know? Well, that's nothing new here. Don't ask IRL me to do this. I'm not speaking to somebody I don't know. Somebody else do that? I don't know you, traveler. You merchant. You not find much custom here. Greetings and well met, Elder. And sincerest apologies that I did not send word ahead of our arrival. Too long have I been away from Alaganha, and I would know of your recent troubles. Your comrades have Methrid, I see. Speak on! Oh, I suspect I know your purpose. The Griffin came with many men and left with many more. Such is the rumor. Is it true? He lit a fire in their heart and dangled a dream before their tired eyes. And now you've come to steal away what few remain. The Griffin was a traitor and a madman. We had no part in his schemes. We've made an agreement with the Alliance. This time will be different. This time! Cold comforts of a dead and the ones they left behind. How much more must we give you before you've had your fill? But surely you must hate the Empire as much as we do. They took our lands, our tradition, even our god. And they deemed a fifth of what little we've got left. They demanded a fifth of what little we got left. I hate the bastards with every fiber of my being. But hate's not enough, Methrid. We can't keep going like this. I'll not tell anyone you came, but you need to go, now. Leave us be, and never return. You have no right to speak to us like that. I've got a query that was using barely enough to keep us fed. And that was before half our young men and women went off to die for your bloody cause. So yes, I have every right to tell you to leave my village. No, you don't. Because it's my village too. My home. What in the hells are you on about? Wait. I know those eyes. You're one of the Curtis's girls. Lise Hext. And I'm here to take back my homeland. Hey, Radiger, last time I saw you were... I didn't even know you were still alive. I thought you would never come. I almost didn't. And my sister never will. Lots of others won't either. And that's why I gotta carry on the fight. You even sound like him. As you say, I've got no right to tell you to leave. Araganha is as much as your home as it is mine. But I say to you again, we can give no more. Yes, I heard you the first time. Let's go. I'm leaving. And I'm taking my umbrella, my egg umbrella with me. That could have been handled better. But what's done is done. At least we've been granted permission to stay. I was hoping Regan might help us recruit some of his people. But that clearly isn't going to happen. If we're to convince any of them to join, we'll need to regain their trust. It's risky and hardly subtle. But I say we approach the villagers directly. Let's see what problems they got. And if we could do anything to help. Yes. My least favorite trope of early expansions. Makes sense to me. Let's split up and ask around. Oh, none of you ask me to fetch no bare ass. Oh, there we go. Level up. Hit level 70. Hi. I'm talking to strangers again. You best keep your distance if you know what's good for you. Say your piece and move on. Oh, sorry, I forgot to make my umbrella invisible. There we go. Looking for folks down on their luck. Congratulations, you found one. And as you can see, my leg ain't what it used to be. Some days I can hardly walk for the pain. Mornings are the worst, especially after cold nights. Hard labor right out. Too much pain and trouble for the others. There's a tea, what helps with it, though. I'll need to grind a chipotle horn and a hornbill talon for the blend. Thanks, Puff of Darkness. You'll go get some for me? Just like that? You needn't trouble yourself so. Sure, why the heck not? And then we have somebody else, and they're like, yes, go get this for me. And then we go, sure, why the heck not? A new face in Alaganha, huh? What would you ask of me, then? A stranger and a generous soul besides? Bollocks. There's nothing more suspicious than a good Samaritan. On the other hand, if you were an Imperial agent, I'd expect you'd go about your business with more discretion. Bugger me. Are you really here to help? You really are here to help, aren't you? Very well. I'll take you up on your offer, stranger. My little brother is working by the rocks. A gym near. He's got something for me. Can you go get it? Okay. Sure, why the heck not? What the heck? Nah, what the heck? And then after you say what the heck a third time, Ghost T appears out of nowhere and murders you for reading that diary. Anyways. Ivan. Bryden Coral's his name. Ask him for the leftovers. He ought to understand. Oh, this way. Ah, yes, the giant grasshoppers. Wow, the battle system took forever to start up there. There we go. We finally got to hear the Stormblood battle theme. Also, I'm just going to hit the stop raids for 1 hour because we got about 15 minutes left here before I wrap it up. We're gonna get all these fetch quests taken care of. Get them at least checkmarked off. I think that's where we can leave it at. Hello, first name Frightened, last name Villager. Okay, now we gotta beat up Hostile Bird. Okay, now where is our other one? Way the heck over here. Imagine me actually remembering to press the stop raids for an hour button. I think last year I only remembered to press that button 4 times the entire year. That is... Yep, that's an A rank. A ranks. They have a higher difficulty marker, and they're aggressive, and they're level 70 in Stormblood. Yeah, for the leftovers, are you? Not like my brother to send someone in his stead, but so be it. It's all in the sacks over yonder. They're bleeding heavy. Mind, so be careful when you pick them up. Remember, proper lifting technique. Ah, yes. And then they all just fade away into your pockets. And now we got to painfully, slowly make our way over. While avoiding this freaking A rank that's right here in the way. Why do A ranks have such a low render priority? I thought they had a little bit of a better render priority compared to like regular enemies. Hello, first name Frighten, last name Villager. Anyways. Here, unlucky / now lucky. With a behemoth right above their head. You've been gone a while. What brings you back to Alga? Huh? Stuff. Have stuff. Oh, I never meant to... I mean, in times like these, you never think people will actually... This country's hard on people, but it's not just that. The Imperials, they've made it known I'm not to be helped. A dead man's good for one lesson, you know? Whereas a live one... You're with the Resistance, right? I suppose there's no reason not to tell you then. My father, God rest his soul, was definitely sick at the time, so I'd gone out into the forest, spear in hand, to gather herbs. And then I had the good fortune to run into an Imperial patrol. My weapon marked me as a rebel, or so they said. Not that it'd have made a difference if I'd fought back. I knew what the lot of them were about the moment the Centurion laid eyes on me. Didn't matter in the end, of course. Some people just like to hurt others, and by the time I limped back to the hut, it was too late to for my father. Too late for me too, and many others, I imagine. Help them too if you'd like. They'll be grateful and say thank you, but beyond that, I wouldn't hope for much. There you go, you get stuff. Alright, now, you get stuff too. The new face. You have my leftovers. Yes. Ha, well I'll be. You actually went and brought the whole lot. Much obliged, much obliged. That's saltpeter for making fire sand, in case you're curious on what it's all for. The rocks by the lakes have got good deposits. The weather conditions have changed to dust storm. Welcome to the dust storm. We got ads, and now we don't. Get out of here, ads. It ain't hard for my brother to pass any other flawed quarryman. All the while sweeping bits and pieces off to the side, to bundle up and to sell to the soldiers in a trade with the Resistance. I forgot to merge my tabs. Merge tabs. It's a living and a way of fighting back besides. Our way of spitting into the Garlean's eye for putting our father in an Imperial uniform and shipping him off to some faraway province 15 years ago. Don't know if he's dead or alive, even. Though, if he were alive, he'd not be long for this world if we were caught fighting for the Resistance. So this is the best we can do. That's the long and short of it. We do what we can, though we know it's not enough. I think you'll find that most folks here are much different. Everybody's got a reason, but in the end, the result is the same. I suppose I just wanted to let you know, is all. That we know why you're here. And that even we can't join you. We wish we could. I almost forgot. But I didn't. Well, everybody. Feels so annoying to cut everything so short, but I do have to rest. And yeah, rest is important. La-di-da-di-da, you know, other stuff. Stoosh. Also, let me just completely fix that tab, because I love that it's a really fun bug. It's really annoying. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at who to send you off to. You know what? I don't think I've sent you Sylph's Way in a while. I think it's... I think we are overdue for a Sylph raid. A raid over to Sylph. Sylph's doing drawing, and Sylph is freaking good at drawing. So... let's get that underway. Button, that button. Yes, there we go. Let me exit out of the game, too. Alright, everyone. Congrats to the top 3. You get bonus gold pieces for use in future sound commands. I'd like to thank you for joining, whether you're here in full and parts, whether you're active, whether you're lurking, or somewhere between. It's all greatly appreciated. That's going to be it for me today. I will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for a short Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 stream. Thanks for being so awesome, everybody. The first raid message is for subs. However, we got a message just underneath that anybody can use. Feel free to use either of those when we head on over. Give Sylph some head pats, throw some fish. You know, all that fun stuff. Sylph's got a lot of fun throwables too, so. Thank you for joining, everybody. On Friday, I mentioned Thursday, but on Friday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time for the full 5 hours, we'll be doing more Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Look forward to that. Saturday, the Raid-Out explained so much. Oh, yeah, exactly. I actually remembered this time. I actually remembered. Oh, my goodness. All right, everybody. Take good care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Follow the fool. And we will see you next time. Oh, hold on. Oh, there's the timer. Okay. I need to know the timer. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night, fool. Oh. There's the button.